Hello, hello, hello. I am Lady Renee Thomas James, and welcome back to the Vineyard of Wellness, the journey of being mentally, spiritually, emotionally, socially healthy and well. And if you are listening on my YouTube channel, welcome, darling. Stay a while, subscribe. If you are listening on the podcast, please feel free to subscribe. We talk about all things mentally, spiritually, emotionally, socially healthy and well in these streets. How are you doing? So today I want to talk about 2024 and our projections for 2024. Right off the bat, for me, 2023 was challenging. And I believe that I was in a season of rest and I tried my very best to go against the flow of rest and trying to do all the things at the beginning of the year. And that just didn't work. That was not what I was called to do in that season. That was my fall and winter season. Like this year was my fall and winter season where we were supposed to just take it easy and flow. I tried in the beginning of the year to go against that. It didn't work out. Hence, I took a step back, and it probably was one of the best things I did for myself as an individual, as a wife, as a mom, and for my business as an entrepreneur. I gained perspective in so many different ways. Perspective on, okay, Renae, how are we setting our goals and why are we setting these goals? Are we still going to go with the hustle and bustle mentality that we were in pre-pandemic? Just an FYI, I'm no longer there. That hustle and bustle mentality about driving ourselves to the grave, I'm no longer there. Someone else might be there and that might be their season. And sometimes we need to go through a thing before we come to, the recognition that it's not serving us. And that's what happened to me. I am no longer there. The hustle bustle mentality, bye. Not to be confused with the lack of setting goals. I do believe in setting goals. I do believe in setting attainable goals and goals that are a little bit outside of my reach. Like I'm going to have to stretch a little bit to get to those goals. They're going to make me a little bit uncomfortable, and that's okay. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. That thing, those goals that you want, that thing that your heart has been saying and your mind, your being has been telling you to go for, but you are afraid of doing it. Being afraid is okay. That's okay. But we're going to talk about how we're going to get to that today. Let's go. Now, I have for you in the link below our 2024 goals planner workbook where I'll be going through this with you today. You can grab a copy below and go through it with me as we go along, right? And we're going to talk about how to set attainable and stretched goals that we are able to feel like, you know what, we accomplished that thing that we felt was unreachable for us. I do have this planner in two different covers because, y'all, I could not make up my mind which cover, and I'm not going to do you the disjustice of not offering you both covers. So it's both covers are in the workbook, the digital workbook, and you can just choose which one you want. To get started, you will need a calendar. A calendar is also built into the workbook. You can also get a physical calendar. You can get your notebook. I love this. This was given to me by my purpose coach. You can get also a few highlighters, a pen, a marker, and let's get this done. Now, I want to start by saying You can set goals in different areas of your life. It could be your personal goal, it could be spiritual goals, it could be career goals. That's okay. It could be career slash business goals. It could be um love goals, like relationship goals. That's on my list. So in here we have different categories where you can set your goals. And of course, feel free to grab your digital copy below where you're able to fill that in. So you want to you want to take a moment, a quiet moment to think about what areas, what categories do you want to set your goals? And let me give you a few examples. Family and personal. Okay, this could look like, are you spending the time that you want to spend with your family? Are you wanting to incorporate more family meals? Are you wanting, for example, for me, I'm wanting to start a financial educational system within the family. That's one of my personal goals. Like to get the family involved as a whole rather than to talk to everybody individually, to do it as a whole. So that could be something for you. Family could look like, we're not eating our meals as much as we would want to together, so you have more family meals, more family time, like maybe once per week a family movie and so forth. So you can know what area of your family you're wanting to improve on and write that down. It could be business or professional goals. What if you're a corporate body and there is a position at your job that you want to go for, and you know fully well that you're qualified? It could be academically qualified or well trained for the job. You're wanting to go for it, but you've been scared. You're saying, you know what, this year, if that job opens up, or I'm even going to take the step to ask them, okay, what's the possibility of me getting this job? Is that person moving up or out? Look at how you're able to get that job. And you know what? Sometimes you might think about that job when you can even go higher, or you approach that job and they're like, you know what, this job is not available for you, but we have something different. And you look, it's probably a better income, a higher position, you name it. Go for it. It could also be for a corporate body, how you look at your corporate job. The world is telling you that entrepreneurship is the way to go, but for you, corporate, you've always done well in corporate. You've always done well in corporate, and you know that that's what you're called to do. The truth is, not everybody is fit for entrepreneurship. It is hard in these streets. It's challenging, and some people don't want that challenge, and that's okay. So you might think about, like, how can I approach my job with, with being more positive? That could be a goal, and that could be something that you work towards on a daily basis. Now, if you are an entrepreneur body and you want to, let's say, make a few goals in entrepreneurship, and it could be financial, as well as it could be taking time for rest in your entrepreneurship journey. That was my goal for this past year. And I would advise anybody, if you're able to schedule a rest as an entrepreneur, I would say do it. I encourage it. It could be earning, it could be reach, it could be expansion in the business, right? It could be wanting to, get on a certain amount of podcasts this year, like podcast interviews this year, like maybe one podcast interview per month, to expand on the reach on your business for brand awareness. What is that for you? A few other categories could be personal goals, health goals, financial goals, your hobby and passion. I believe in hobby goals. For example, how many books do you want to read this year? Do you want to start your plant journey this year as a plant mom? Do you want to learn how to knit? Y'all, knitting and crochet, I'm realizing that These 20-year-olds are stepping into their grandma era real quick, and these girls are mentally at ease. I love it. So that could be it, and that's okay. So, what does that look like for you in terms of your goals? You want to sit down by yourself, be in solitude, not isolation, not to be confused with isolation. Solitude, it means you're at rest. You need to be alone, meditate before you start, and then look at the different areas in your life where you want to you want to set your goals. I advise setting one major goal per category for the quarter. So in each category, you're wanting to work on one major goal. And why do I say this? When we're trying to do all the things within a short space of time, it gets overwhelming. And we get to the end of the first quarter or a quarter or 3 months, and nothing is done, and we wonder why. There was just too much on our plate. I am guilty of doing that. This is why I'm able to say, take a step back, one goal per category for the quarter. Now, if you come to the end of that quarter and you have not reached a certain goal, that's okay. Put it in that same category for the next quarter and focus on that one thing for the next quarter. If there was another goal in that category for the next quarter, cross that out, that we can always get back to that. You understand? Let me know in the comments below, or send me if you're listening on a podcast stream. If you're driving, wait until you stop. Send me a voice message or leave a comment to let me know if that resonates with you. So you want to set one goal per category, per quarter, and to move from there. You want to set yourself up for success and to be able to achieve your goals. When you do that, you're going to want to figure out your why. Why do I, for me, why do I want to have more financial education within the home as a family unit rather than individually? Like, okay, we be with my husband or with each child. And for me, I've realized that my why is, and I hope I don't start crying, I've realized that my why is, oh my God, I don't want to get to 100 years to pass and my bloodline is where I am today. If I have passed on how to even budget effectively, how to invest long term, how to invest to make it work for you, how to save and spend wisely. If that's what I pass on, if I've received, let's say, 5% financial education from my parents, and I pass on 10%, people don't realize that that is building wealth. That is, you're passing on 15% that, the generation ahead did not have. And so many times we look at wealth, at generation wealth as, okay, money, 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 or setting yourself up or setting the generation up financially. Yes, but it looks different for different people, especially people of color. And my why is, I don't want 100 years from now, my bloodline is treating finances and money the way we do it today. So if I'm able to pass on knowledge to my children and they can gain knowledge on that, and even encourage financial, seek their own education, and I'm passing on 15% or 20%, and they can gain another 20%, they are passing on upwards of 40%, 45% to their generations to come. That's my why. And I feel so strongly about it. I'm not going to cry because I'm feeling I feel the tears coming. Woo! Jesus. I feel the tears coming. Like, I feel so strongly about it because it makes no sense you come into a certain knowledge and not pass that on. So, what is your why? What is your why for wanting to build a closer relationship with your family? What is your why for wanting that financial goal? What is your why for wanting that corporate position? What is your why for wanting to expand on your business? What is your why? There's a template in that. It goes very deep. Catch it below. It goes deep. Now you will have to sit with yourself and ask yourself, like, really get down to, if you have to be tearing up, it's okay crying. What is the true reason you're wanting this? That's okay, right? We also have in the templates, I can show this to you, a quarterly review. So the quarterly review encourages you to look at your accomplishments, highlights, and your setbacks. Now, with this, we this year we're wanting to be self-aware. Self-aware is not hiding behind the thing that didn't work, not confronting that thing and why it didn't work. We're wanting to confront the things that didn't work for us. We're wanting to confront the why. We're wanting to confront why is it that didn't work and how could we improve while still being proud of ourselves by doing the thing. We did the thing, it didn't work. That's okay. What did we learn? What can we improve on? What could we have done differently? That's okay. Don't beat yourself up about, okay, I should have done that. No, 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 no. We're not doing this beating up of self in 2024. I'm speaking also to myself. We're not doing it. We're learning and we're applying and we're taking moments for it to process. That's okay if that thing didn't work. So I do also have that quarterly review for you where you're able to sit with yourself and apply that. I also have at the end of each quarter, or the beginning rather, my apologies, the beginning of each quarter where you have your new goals that you're wanting to achieve for that quarter. Now, I did this workbook in quarters because I realized when we look at the year as one, even though you do have a yearly mapping sheet in there where you're mapping your year, I'm I encourage that you take it in quarters. So when you set your goals in quarters and you're only able setting one goal per category, they are bite-sized and achievable. You're able to focus on that one thing per category and able to put in the work on that rather than to stretch yourself thin. So you will find that workbook or worksheet at the beginning of each quarter on your different goals and how you will approach those goals. How am I going to approach this on a daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis? Let me give you an example. Going back to my finances and the children, the financial education. My aim is to have a weekly financial bite-sized chat, 5 minutes. How are you? How is everybody doing? How is our saving going? What did you learn today? Joshua is 14. He's, looking into different investment companies. Fine. Asneth is an adult. She's working. How is your savings coming along? And I have to treat them differently as well because they're different individuals and they see money differently. So I have to respect how they see money and treat them accordingly, right? While still being in the same space. So I do plan to have that short, bite-sized meeting on a weekly basis, but then have a monthly meeting where we're all a part of the family budget because food just don't appear out of thin air. Hand towels and toilet tissue, they don't appear. meat on the plate didn't appear. The lights don't stay on by chance, by magic. So all of this on a monthly basis, look at where we're investing, how much are we saving, what are our expenses looking like, and also guilt-free spending. What can we do as a family or individuals or date nights that we can say, okay, guilt-free, we're spending this on ourselves, because I do believe that is important as well. So that is how I plan to approach like the accountability part of it, and how I'm planning to make sure that we stick to it on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. Let me know if you understand that. Now, I have this on my website. I will tag it below. Again, you can get yours. It is a digital product. You can get yours on my website. It is at the moment, it is $9.99, coming down from $14.99. It will be on sale for just a short while. So grab it while you can for $9.99. And it is an easy to do work through while staying accountable. Now, if you would like a one-on-one with me to help you with this, please let me know. Reach out to me on social media at Lady Renae Thomas James on any of my social medias. You can also, if you're listening to me on YouTube, feel free to drop a comment below that you're wanting a one-on-one with me. You've bought the workbook. However, you would love some help with going through it. I can help you. Let me know below. If you are listening on your podcast stream, when you stopped, if you're driving or if you're working out, when you've stopped, feel free to either find me on, you can find me easier on Instagram, Lady.Renae Thomas James. Send me a DM. Let me know that you would love to do a one-on-one with me, with to just go through the workbook to ensure that you are approaching the year the best way for you. Or send me a voice message on any of the streaming. I think it's on Spotify. You can send me a voice message. Thank you for watching. Feel free to follow me on all socials at Lady Renae Thomas James. And also feel free to grab your copy of the Goals Workbook below. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.